All right, mate. So, CVX, we'll start with CVX here and Rune. Now, 1 month chart, like 17 days left. It's pretty unlikely to even flip green here on this. It may pop up again. There is a chance, like this could be a bullish monthly stop hunt area, as you can see, but the entire candle, that button didn't work. The entire candle overall is a bad candle. It's a bearish monthly stop hunt. You've got a giant wick on top. If it does push up, there's still a good chance that on a new month, which is also a new quarter, you'll be able to buy down in and around these prices. That's kind of what this is implying at this point. Well, last week actually, all the action was last week in here. If you look at the 2-week volume, the 2-week volume is saying that there is a decent chance the price will want to come down below here at some point. You can see this is the largest selling in its history at this point. So we break this down again. That was 2 weeks ago. Let's see there, just delete that. So you can see there 2 weeks ago was that crazy sell-off candle. It is implying that you'll be able to buy this down below here at some point. You may need a little bit of patience for it. It may bounce a bit, but eventually it should roll over again and come down into this area, down to new lows. So, it's hard to say, hard to know what to say about this. It's just a bit of a mess. There's not much strength. The candle's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah, look at this chop. I would just let it. I would let it settle a bit. I'd let it drop. I mean, if you really want to try and trade this for some reason, maybe you've heard some news, or there might be news coming out, or I mean, you could buy right now with a stop below this daily low. There's a bit of a stop hunt here on the daily, stop hunt on this range. Can this pop up and finish strong and get a move out of that? I mean, the new 2-week is strong here, so you could buy this right now with a tight stop below the 2-week low, and the two-week low is the daily low, as you can see right here. Now, I think eventually we do go lower, but you never know. Sometimes these can hold up, and somehow you could work your way out of this and get a decent bounce. This is a daily stop hunt at this point in time, and if you're interested in it with a low risk trade, you could get involved now. I think even if it does bounce, though, for example, say if it does bounce, whatever, bounce up the top of the range, I think eventually it'll come back down here. Now Rune has had a nice bounce. I think it's a monthly. Let's just look here. Yeah, you can see this bounce on the monthly. Like the bounce on the monthly here is right up to the top of this candle into the yellow 9 monthly EMA. And not only that, but you can see right in here, it's bounced right into this resistance point. Like, it's probably not a line as I just drew it there. It's probably more of a thicker base on it. You definitely could do something like that, and it needs to get through this area. So for me, I think most of the move, or almost all of the move, is probably and likely done for this month. I know there's 2 weeks left and 17 days left. I just think it's going to struggle to break through this yellow 9 EMA. But if we do hold up here, listen, this might not be done. This might want to push up a little bit through this EMA and sit. If it closes strong into a new month, then I think it's good for continuation. Maybe then we'll get a push up higher. Now, waves. Is waves a good example of this? Let me look at waves. Yeah, look at waves here. So waves actually finished strong and closed strong in the month, and because it did that, and it closed back inside the yellow, or not the yellow, the 20, the green 20, but it closed up here strong at the top of the candle. The next month it opened and pushed higher. So Rune here, most of the move is likely done. There's most likely going to be a bit of chop, but if this can prove itself and stay strong and finish up here, it might go a little bit higher. But if it can do that and hold that into the end of the month for 17 days, well, then I think the next month, I think Rune is a buy, for the next leg higher, the next candle higher. I think it's a little bit of FOMO buying here, even though there is probably some more upside. But the upside is probably limited. For example, if this thing would work, we could get a bit of a dip here and then a push back up into this sort of area. But if this holds strong and true, well, this is a bit of a bullish compression. If we look here on the daily, you can see this, you know, this could move up here and we could chop about, close here on the monthly, and then all of a sudden on a new month, we could get a breakout of this level. Nice volume here as well. So if there's a dip here on waves, I think it's a buy. I think that, sorry, not waves, run. If this does dip from here, a bit of a chop going on here. If we get any dip down here, it's probably a buy, and then look for it to finish high on the month and even maybe go even higher again next month.